Hi children, how are you? Welcome to Anshu's library. Today's topic is about microorganisms, friend and foe. So this is one of the important topic in biology, 8th class. So let's start the class microorganisms. So we know that microorganisms or microbes are very small in size. They cannot seen with the unaided eye. It means we cannot see with our naked eye. We can observe only under the microscope or by using simple magnifying glasses. So microorganisms are of four major groups. There are bacteria, fungi, protozoa and some algal species. Just look at the images of these microorganisms. First of all, these are bacterial species. So we can observe the bacteria under the microscope. They appear like this. Some microorganism bacteria appeared as rod shape, some bacteria appeared as spherical shape and some other cluster shape, chain shape. So they are different shapes of bacteria we can observe under the microscope. And coming to the next one, algal species. So we can observe the water bodies like ponds, lakes over the surface of the water. They are green color masses. That is nothing but algal species. So algae is also a type of microorganism. And then protozoa. So we know that protozoa is a unicellular organism. So these are examples of protozoa. So this is amoeba, paramecium and euglena. So these are all unicellular organisms. And then fungi. So fungi, the best example, mushrooms, molds, yeast. So these are examples of fungi. Fungi is also a type of microorganism. And then viruses. Viruses are also a type of microorganisms, but they are different from other microorganisms. Why? Because these viruses reproduces only inside the cells of host organism. So they cannot reproduce us individually or they cannot reproduce us outside. So they can only reproduce us inside the cells of the host organism, which may be a bacteria, plant or a animal or a human body. Whenever they enter into the human body or they stick on the human, they stick on the plant or a animal, they attach to the surface of the animal, they attach to the surface of the plant or enter into the body. So whatever they can reproduce, they starts reproduction. So common aliens like cold, influenza, most coughs are caused by viruses. And serious diseases like polio, chickenpox are also caused by viruses. So this is also a type of microorganism. And then so just look at the image of viruses. So these are all type of different kind of viruses. So the first is bacteria. These viruses attach to the surface of the bacteria. So that type of virus is bacteriophages. So the viruses are very dangerous, very harmful to plants, animals and human body also. So this is about viruses. And then coming to where do microorganisms live? So microorganisms may be single celled or multicellular. So I already discussed in the last class. So microorganisms are of basically two types. Single celled, it means unicellular like bacteria, some algae and protozoa, or multicellular such as many algal species and fungi. So they live in all type of environment. So they can live, these microorganisms, they live in cold climatic conditions and at the same time they also exist in hot springs and desert to marshy lands. And then so these microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some other are harmful and causes diseases. First of all, just discuss about the benefits of microorganisms. So friendly microorganisms. So microorganisms are used for various purposes. They are used in the preparation of curd, bread and cake. So let's see the making of curd and bread. So curd contains several microorganisms. Of these, the bacterium lactobacillus, very important, the bacteria lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd. It multiplies in milk. So this lactobacillus multiplies in milk and convert it into curd. And then bacteria and yeast are also helpful for fermentation of rice idlis and dosa batter. So here yeast reproduces rapidly and produce carbon dioxide. So yeast reproduces in the process of fermentation. Yeast reproduces rapidly means fastly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. So this carbon dioxide create bubbles of gas, fill the dough and increases its volume. This is the basis of the use of yeast in baking industries for making bread, pastries and cake. And then what are the commercial uses of microorganisms? So microorganisms are used for large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid, that is vinegar. So mainly yeast. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juice. So the yeast is artificially grown on these natural sugars. So this is the smell of alcohol as sugars has been converted into alcohol by yeast. So what is the process of fermentation? The conversion of sugars into alcohol by yeast is known as fermentation. So Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in the year 1857. So the fermentation done by yeast. So the next use is medicinal use of microorganisms. So some antibiotic tablets, capsules or injections such as of penicillin. Also the source of all these medicines is microorganisms. So by using these microorganisms to kill or stop the growth of disease causing other organisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics like streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin, some commonly known antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. So in the year 1929, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin antibiotic from the mold. From the mold. So mold, yeast, these are all coming under fungi. And then vaccine. Why are children, infants given vaccination? So what is the exact meaning of vaccine means? If dead or weakened microbes are entered into the healthy body, so whenever these weakened microbes or dead microbes entered into the body react to that microbes and immediately they kill the invading bacteria and produce suitable antibodies. The antibodies remain in the body and we are protected from the disease causing microbes forever. So if any foreign material enter into the body react to that foreign material and immediately develop antibodies. Antibodies and protected from the disease causing microbes forever. So this is how vaccine works. Several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis can be prevented by vaccination. And this is very important. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in the year 1798. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in the year 1798. So this is one of the benefit of microorganism vaccination. And then increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere. So we know that atmosphere contains around 78 to 79% nitrogen. So some bacteria fix nitrogen to enrich soil. So with nitrogen and increase its fertility. So these microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. So these microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers which increases the soil fertility. And the next benefit is cleaning the environment. According to Bozo and Pehli had observed the school gardeners making manure. Along with their friends, they collected waste of plants, vegetables and fruits from nearby houses and gardens. So, they collected waste of plants, vegetables and fruits from nearby houses and they put these waste in a pit, means waste disposal. After some time, so what would be happened? This waste is decomposed by microorganisms and got converted to manure. So thus microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Very important. So this is also one of the important benefit, cleaning the environment. So these are all the benefits of microorganisms. So thank you. In coming classes I am going to discuss about what are the harmful diseases due to the microorganisms. So thank you. If you want to see more videos in my channel, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.